شیکاگو شهر مقدس طرفداران ورزش، علاقمندان به موسیقی بلوز و محل تعدادی از بهترین نمونه‌های معماری جهانه. چه در مرکز شهر و چه در حومه، معماران شیکاگو به خاطر شیوه ساخت خلاقانه و جدید خانه‌های سبز شهرت دارند. در نزدیکی استادیوم تاریخی ریگلی فیلد در یک محله قدیمی شیکاگو، یک خونه مدرن وجود داره که بر اساس ایده‌های ساده و هوشمندانه ساخته شده و با اون چه امروز رایجه فرق میکنه. معمار و صاحب این خانه براد لینچ در سال 2007 این خانه را کاملا متحول کرد و به آرزوی خودش رسید.
It's always been my dream to have a house designed for myself by myself.
He said, "Sit back. I'm going to build a house." I thought, this is what he does for a living. It's going to be better than I can even imagine. And I love it.
براد به همراه همسرش کارن و 2 فرزندشون که میبینیدشون میدونستن که زمان تغییره.
Brad, how are you? Karen, did I really need the doorbell? Didn't you see me coming with the big glass windows?
We did. So come on in, John. This is the main level, and this is where we saw you coming.
Clearly, you see everybody coming in this place.
Yeah, absolutely. It becomes very public space when you have the blind open. It really becomes like an open front porch to our main floor. Well, this is the floor that we spend the most time on. When guests come over, they hang out on all of our meals, and family conversations usually take place at the island there. So it's the main focus.
What about the eco-friendly benefits and just in terms of being able to use the natural light?
Well, it's oriented east-west, and we use the large amount of glazing for passive solar gain. So we operate the blinds in such a way that we maximize the sun that's coming in. The large windows and the natural light and the passive solar playing holistically to the way the house is designed. It's actually an energy savings of about 75% compared to the house that we lived in before.
کابینت‌های سفارشی همه جا وجود دارند و دیوارهای کلاسیک کمی تغییر کردن.
They're wide enough to incorporate powder room, bookcases, appliances, and storage. It's made out of a material called reconstituted white oak.
You've got the tight grain then.
Right, so it's very environmentally sound as well.
Okay, no question, the longest island I have ever seen. How long?
20 feet. I only wanted one object in the space, in terms of a fixed object, and I wanted the dining and the function of the kitchen to happen at the island.
Why so big?
A couple of reasons. I love to cook, and I need at least 10 feet of counter space, which is where the sink is.
Right.
And then the dictator in me said that you should only have 8 people for dinner, because as soon as you get over 8, you lose the conversation.
So you never have any more than 8 people for dinner?
Never any more than 8. That's the drawing line. People say, I'd like to bring a friend. No, you
No.
can't. It has to be 8.
I bet you back in the old bungalow you didn't have stainless steel.
No, absolutely not.
Why choose that material?
It's actually very functional. It's easy to clean. I like the way that we can match the appliance faces to it. So in this space where we're trying to make everything disappear, all the faces of the appliances and the cabinet doors all match that in terms of material type.
And speaking of length, what about this light? Did you design the length of the island first and then try to source out the light?
We first did the island, and then we tried to find a fixture that would be 20 feet long. And so we found this manufacturer that would do a custom fixture for us. Up here, this is the front door, the guest entrance, where we welcomed you in before. And here we have a landing made out of a stainless steel grate. Underneath it is a drain. So in the wintertime when you come in with wet shoes, it all melts and drips down into that drain.
That's a great feature though. I mean, so practical. You plop your boots here and you don't have to worry about anything. You don't need tile or anything like that.
Exactly. As you can see, the stairs have open risers to them, and the stairs are open all the way through all 3 levels.
هوشمندانه است و روز به روزم بیشتر ازش استفاده میشه. این پله ها مثل دودکش عمل میکنن و در زمستان هوای گرم رو به سمت بالا میکشن و در تابستان هم از پنجره های طبقات بالا به بیرون میدن.
So here we are in the master bedroom, and as you can see, the millwork continues in here, returns, and it becomes the headboard for our bed here.
All by design.
All by design. My favorite detail is this little tray comes out, so once you're in the bed, you can pull it out and set a book there.
One thing I notice, a number of pieces on that wall, yet it's not hanging the traditional way. Just tell me about the design there.
We wanted to have a mix of both artwork and the family pictures, and the best way we thought to handle it is also make it flexible. So the rails are designed so that we can mix and match and switch things out.
شیکاگو زمستانای سختی داره و شگفت انگیزه که تمام این خونه به وسیله تشعشعات کف طبقه پایین گرم میشه.
Radiant heat gently rises through the space. We can rely on this as the heat source through the house.
Which is pretty amazing because we're a long way from your third floor.
That's correct.
براد میخواست خونه بازسازی شدش با ظاهر محله هماهنگ باشه و با وجود ظاهر فوق مدرن خونش به این هماهنگی رسیده.
If you look at the scale and the size of the thing and looking up and down the street, it's actually placed and its volume and its height is in context to these other buildings. All the materials that we've used, obviously steel, the glass, the brick, the limestone are all substantial materials that'll last a very long time without any kind of major maintenance being done to them.
What's it like to live in a glass box?
Well, you can't come down in your underwear, or at least you got to make sure it's clean when you do come down.
براد محوطه حیاطو طوری طراحی کرده تا واقعاً سرد باشه.
I feel cooler down here. Is that fair to say?
You look good too.
Yeah, thanks. You're pretty good. But it's almost like you've got the basement effect, because basements are generally cooler, and you've got that outside.
We used a lot of concrete and have the high walls because we want to, again, use the thermal mass. There's a certain amount of coolness that we get from that.
این راه پله با دیواره‌های مشبک از جنس روی شاید کمی عجیب باشه، ولی ظاهر خوبی داره و باعث ایجاد سایه و حفظ حریم خصوصی در حیاط میشه.
In the summertime, it cuts down on the strength of the southern light coming into this area, thereby reducing heat. The second thing is that there's a large apartment building 2 doors down from here, and that screens their view.
You can't even see it
From looking at it.
And that was the whole design.
The idea was that we'd actually bring the courtyard space into the house, and therefore not have it feel like you're down in the basement, but just another living level of the house.
براد اتاقای بیشتری برای خانواده رو به رشدش میخواست و در نتیجه خانه سبز بسیار راحت و منحصر به فردی رو ساخت.